While I'm still in Peniche in Portugal, I have the seldom opportunity to watch the sailing vessel on a neighbor dock. Isn't she beautiful?
Hey, I like it.
Hello guys, MON RêVE and I are up and going again. This time we go towards Madeira, but I'm not yet sure. I will see. Weather is good, the forecasts are good, and I'm gonna see how the weather changes on Madeira, because I found that the cold is driving me before her, and because when I arrived at Peniche, we had one warm day, then rain set in, you know, that heavy rain and heavy weather what I actually wanted to protect myself from. And this heavy weather, this cold weather is pushing me in front of it, and I don't like it very much because I also went for a couple of warm weeks. This summer was very weak, we had a lot of cold weather, but I want a couple of weeks at least warm weather where maybe can even go surfing and diving and stuff, you know. And let's see whether Madeira can do it, and if not, maybe even go further south. Hello, we now have day 3 on this crossing, and the last 2 days, day 1 and 2, I was very exhausted. The main reason for this is the rolly wave conditions what I have at the time, and let's see, there are gonna be at least 3 more days, I guess 4, and we're gonna see what will be at the you know. Here we can see the small island of Allegranza. And that's our direction. La Graciosa.
Hey, I like it.
And so the final decision was to reach out for the Canary Islands because of the weather conditions. The first 2 or 3 days were with quite hard winds, between 20 and 30 knots in speed, and the waves in something between 2 and 3 meters in height. I was partially able to surf those waves even, and a new experience was to being able to make some 10 knots in peak while I was checking all the parameters. Later checking the GPS, I was very stunned to find a number like 22 knots in peak. I still cannot believe this, and I guess it's somehow a machine error, but 22 knots over ground would be miraculous for this vessel. Nevertheless, Madeira got cancelled. Then this was because of the weather conditions. Then we said we go to Tenerife, but then the wind died completely, and so finally we're heading to La Graciosa, above of the Isle of Lanzarote. Hello! My GPS does something. Okay. I approached the Canary Islands yesterday in the morning, and it was definitely one of the most interesting approaches I ever did. First I saw a vessel at around 6 to 7 AM. It was still dark, and it had 3 to 4 white lights and no navigational lights. And my expectation was these are fishermen, they're out there, they're doing their work. What was the real deal was that the Coast Guard from Arrecife, from Lanzarote, asked all the boaters on whether they saw some suspicious vessel. Yes sir, I raised my hand. Look, there's a vessel without the navigational lights and 4 white lights, so on and so on. Yeah, they are refugees. They do these lights in case they miss the islands, because they make a gunshot approach, you know. In a way, they put themselves in small fisher boats. They are, as I now know, 6 to 7 meters in length,
Then they say, okay, the wind is right, we might hit one of the Canary Islands, let's go for it. And then they go and have some white lights turn on, so if somebody sees them, that they become picked up. And if not, bye-bye. They are somewhere in the Atlantic and do whatever they do there. This nearly happened yesterday. I saw this vessel, I saw the fisherman told the authorities by VHF, so look, this. Then they said, okay, what's the distance to the island Vallegranza? And I said, I don't know how long this is and stuff, and they said some 67 meters. I guessed 1 to 2 sea miles northwest of Vallegranza, and the time when I saw it. Then later I saw the MRCC with a speedboat heading into this direction, and I hope very much that they found them. But as much as I know these professionals, they know what they do and they get them. And they know there's something, they get it. Then I went into the harbor and they told me, hey, look, you cannot stay here. What? Cannot stay here? All of the Canary Islands are required to have a reservation, especially now as the so-called ARC is running. The ARC is some kind of race, does something, has to do with the Atlantic, and many people now during this time of the year are starting this race. Point is, I have no reservation, and they said no chance for you to get one if you didn't do it in advance. Oh, this looks good. Okay, no harbor, no. And then I approached the dock where the security man was standing on, and I still had a little bit of speed and underestimated my approach to the dock. Went too close, didn't touch it. But there was an iron bar sticking out of the dock, killing my stay, my mainstay, my biggest stay, what goes to the top of the mast, breaking it. And from the reeling, we call this in German reeling, one of these pins, you know, where the wires go through. So killing two things, the reeling go, but the reelings go whatever. But the stay is of course crucial because this is a static part, this is a static physical part. It's for the stability of the ship, of the whole propulsion of the ship. Without that you don't have propulsion, you don't have sails. I'll be told. Okay, they allowed me to stay in the harbor for 24 hours. I went to the shipyard nearby. Hey, look, this, do you have such a pin, not a pin, a nut? Do you have a tensioning nut? Look, this one is broken. They said, no, but we have a welding machine. And then there came a guy, thank you very much, dear friend, if you see this, if you watch this, thank you. He put these things together and he's deep, you cannot hear, and he just said, okay, do it. And the funny thing is, I learned in my earlier projects, you have to get things back aligned again, and there's axis, and this has to be perfectly in micrometer range to be aligned, and then you can go and make one spot and the second spot, and then you go. You know what this guy did? He put it on concrete on the floor. Is this aligned? Yes. One spot, second spot, and he said, are you fine with this? Look, and rolled it on the floor, and it was straight. Rolled it on the floor. Said, yes, of course, go weld it. Boom, boom, welded out the thing. My statics was good back again. Then we tried also to fix the reeling stud, the reeling pole. It was broken. And I found out the inner diameter of this pole is 90 millimeters. So I said, okay, get me an aluminum bar, or an aluminum tube, or whatever tube, best is aluminum, with outer diameter 19, and then we stick it like this, you know. This is the reeling, and this would be the aluminum bar. Put this inside, and on the other side, you know, like an insert, like a 90 millimeter insert. Boom, and I'm fine, back again. Now the only one issue is we didn't find this bar yet. Neither in aluminum, neither in steel. Because he said, he actually didn't say anything, but the steel was like, we make it. And I thought, okay, if you put it in steel, the steel would be gone, it would become corroded. But who cares? Corrodes maybe in 1 or 2 years. And during this time I should find some aluminum razor or welder or whatsoever who can put this thing back into work. Then I did that, charged the boat up with water again. Very friendly people. They were actually quite restrictive on this reservation issue. Very, very friendly people. Awesome. Put water back, bought some food, said okay, I'll be gone in 24 hours, but I kept. Right now I went away. And then I unplugged the current, the electrical current box, threw it onto the shore, and what happened? Well, the box fell into the water because I didn't calculate the wind, its direction and its strength. Man, this is like boiling the fishes, you know, but of course the fuse blows and... Okay, I'm now on anchor. I anchored, I made the first try, nothing. Second try, again, nothing. And the third try, I just kicked out all the anchor chain. It's actually anchor chain, and then there's still some anchor rope, nylon rope. Kicked it all out and waited until it bit. And now it has bit, and I thought, Ronald, make a video. So, here we go. Hello guys, my anchor dragged again. I found out that I changed my position. Certain markers at the landscape were changing, so this is a very sure indicator. Ronald, your boat is moving. So, pulled up the anchor, revved up the engine, went back to the spot. Then I did something different. I took the whole anchor and the chain and threw it into the water, what you actually should not do. But I then pulled on the chain. Then when I found it firm, when I felt it firm, I threw also the nylon line into the water. And then I got my wetsuit on, my goggles, my fins, and I went down and checked the anchor and found some urchins in the vicinity. Very tasty when you know how to prepare them. I learned that. I didn't touch them. Nevertheless, the anchor now is quite stable. He's very good. He's on a rocky ground. I must take care when it's wrapped too much or too tight around stones or rocks down there. It might be that I don't get it loose anymore. But the depth is only 10 meters. I can depth this without any problems. I was there. So dear people, check out this beautiful anchorage we have. Here we have the island of Lanzarote. This is it. Then we have the island of La Graciosa. This is La Graciosa. Here. Nice. Hot, sunny. Yep. Fun in the sun. Waves. To start paddling, to train the paddling, I must train my chest, you know. Should be careful though, there are rocks, with it. There's the channel where I came through yesterday. In the back there's La Sociedad. This is the city where the harbor is located, where I'm unfortunately not allowed to be on the reservation. But, watching at this beauty, honestly, I do not care. Water has 21 grades. Yes, that is it. That is very good.
Oh yes, and these are the kind of problems you're dealing with when you're with beautiful weather on a very beautiful anchorage. And finally you find yourself watching at the bottom at the depth of some 6 to 7 meters, so clear like crystal. Then you know that you definitely have done something right.